Just like Ashley farting in church, I squeaked one out this week. I'm Josh Pardun. This is week 1 recap of Marvel vs. Capcom, the Fantasy League. Yes, thanks to Matt, Mr. I Am Groot, or as I should say, I Am Poop, I squeaked out a victory this week. Coming into Monday night, I had 0 players left. Matt had 2 people. Mr. Jonathan Dwyer and Keenan Allen just had to get a whole 9 points. 9 points between 2 people. That's roughly 45 yards a person. You know how far 45 yards is? Me neither, but they're professional people and they should be able to know how to get 45 yards. But either way, they couldn't do it, and I walked out a victory. And that's why I am your interim Marvel vs. Capcom champion. And that's why, well, I'm in first place still. Now, we had an interesting week this week here in fantasy football. Some people lost, some people won. I'd say it's about 50-50. Math checks out. And because of those, I have a couple of awards to give out.
Come on down to Ted's Trophies and get these fucking things off my hand!
The first award I would like to give out is none other than the Biggest Win Award. I like to call it Bringing Home a Fatty Award, because there's nothing bigger than bringing home a fatty. And this week's Bringing Home a Fatty Award goes to none other than Highlander. There can be only one, and he won by 65 points. So you know what? Good job, Highlander. You're bringing home a fatty. And to go with the biggest win, there's also the biggest lost. And if you're gonna get spanked that bad, well, that deserves a paddling. The biggest loss award would be called That's a Paddling.
That's a paddling.
Because if you're gonna get spanked that bad, you know what? That's a paddling.
That's a paddling.
This week's
That's a paddling.
award goes to none other than Marshley. That's right, Mark and Ashley. I've given you a 2004 couples nickname that is still annoying to today, and you know what? Until you decide to quit being a shitty team, you will be known as Marshley. So Marshley, if you're going to keep scoring 47 points, that's a pretty big whooping. So you know what? You're going to need to do a lot better. This week, that's a paddling.
That's a paddling.
Now last week I told you I'd give away a few awards. The first award goes to the least amount of points, and who win that shitty ball of tinfoil? The award for least amount of points I will call the Going Home with Nick Award. You're gonna score, but is it really that good? I mean, it's Nick. So the least amount of points, the person that's going home with Nick tonight is none other than Marshley. With only 47 points, Marshley couldn't do shit. So, they're on their way to double grasping the golden dildo, and this week, you get the I'm Going Home with Nick Award. Last week, I said for the most points, somebody would get Mark's nice Zelda lamp. So, the trophy for most points, which I like to call Orion's Mom is in Town, because when Orion's mom is in town, there's a whole lot of scoring. Your mom's a whore. So, the Orion's Mom is in Town award goes to none other than Orion and Highlander. Yes, that's right. It's a tie this week. They both scored 112 points, and that means there's an awkward 3-way between Highlander, Orion, and Orion's mom. And don't forget the fatty that Highlander brought home, so I guess that's an awkward 4-way. I hope you guys washed your sheets afterwards. We have one more trophy to give out, and it's none other than the Morning Wood Trophy. There's a time when you're predicted to win. You have it in the bag. The football gods already predicted that you would win. And you know what? You still couldn't do it. You still shit the bed. And you lost. And this week's Morning Wood Award goes to Sean. Sean, you were predicted to win by 4 points, but you couldn't do that. You couldn't even lose by a close margin. No, you lost by over 30 points, I think. I don't even know. I'm not even going to check it right now, because you know what? You're not worth checking. Sean, you're a shit-faced disaster. Sean, when you woke up this morning, you had a rock-hard disappointment because you found out that you lost by over 30 points, probably. And you know what? This Morning Wood is for you, sir. And that does it for this week's trophies. Next up, we have Match of the Week. Now this week's Match of the Week is none other than Marshley and Dave. Last week we had the Battle of the Midwest, which I became victorious, so now I own the Midwest. Just pointing that out again. This week we have the battle for the kitchen. That's right, this week Marshall and Dave are the pick of the week. There's a battle for their kitchen. Only one person can cook pancakes next week, and we might find out who it is with this week's match of the week. Happens to be last year, this is the championship match, and now it's probably not going to be that close because Marshall kind of sucks right now. Get your shit together. Which kind of leads me to my pick of the week.
We're playing games with my heart, with my heart, my heart.
This week's pick of the week is a pretty easy one. With only 47 points scored last night, pretty sure anybody could beat Marshall right now. So I gotta go with Dave. Marshall, until you get your shit together, how can I choose you to win? I mean, 47 points? I can score 47 points in basketball. Because that's relevant. And speaking of sucking dick, the final segment I have is just public shaming. So you know what? Matt, you're in last place. Alexander Boring, you're in last place. Mashley, Marshall, whatever, you're in last place. You don't even deserve a real nickname. Alright, Nick Nugget, last place. Sean, you have a girl's last name. Last place. And Alex Stink, last place. Oh, and this little ditty. That does it for week 1 recap of Marvel vs. Capcom, the Fantasy League. Good luck in week 2, except Kelly, you are terrible.
Tonight